guys, how you guys doing? So today I'm going to be doing a video. I'm going to be doing a kind of touchless wash on the Escalade. I want to remove some dust. The car is kind of basically clean, and I'm going to be applying on top of my ceramic coating Hydro Silk Chemical 404. I received this from a subscriber about a week ago, and I'll be posting. I did a application on a vehicle that had no protection, and the result was amazing. Great. So I'll be talking about this a little bit once I follow up and I'm finished applying this to the Escalade. But the Escalade does have a 1-year ceramic coating. It has been 8 months that I applied the ceramic coating, and I contacted the gentleman who sent me this, and I asked him, I said, can I apply this on top of the ceramic coating? Because the hydrophobics are crazy hydrophobics. So he said, oh yeah, definitely. So it's not like the hydrophobics are bad, because the car is garage kept and maintained on a weekly basis. But I want to see, how this goes on a ceramic coating vehicle. I bet it's going to look amazing, because the results that I had on the vehicle that I did that had no protection, the vehicle came out nice, very nice, extremely shiny, glossy, amazing hydrophobics. It rained a day later after I applied it, and I'm going to tell you this. I got up my electric leaf blower, and I blew the car, and I dried up the car. Within 45 seconds, I dried the whole car. So I'm excited to apply this, and this can be applied also on the glass, paint, plastic. So, but before doing this, the car's not dirty, but it has some dust on it. We're going to do a touchless wash, dry it up, and then I'll bring the car into the garage and I'll show you the application. All right, guys? So I'm going to take you along. So today, pretty much, I'm going to pre-wash, then do a touchless wash, dry it up, then bring the car in and apply the product. All right, so I'm going to take you along. Hey, let me know. I'm trying a new mic today. Let me know, how does it sound? If it sounds better, worse, echo, let me know. You'll take it from there. So let me turn around and show you the vehicle. There's the Bossmobile. So I just want to take you around the vehicle. Show you if you can see the dust. Hold on. Yeah, I can barely see it. There's a little bit of dust. Some, particles from the dust and stuff. The car is not dirty. Look at that. This has some dirt. Let me show you here in the trunk. Back up a little bit. A little bit of dust. A little bit. Nothing bad. So we're gonna foam up this bad boy and take it from there. All right. I want to show you. This car is coated with a 1-year coating. I want to show you how the paint is reacting. See right there? So the coating rejects the foam. Look, even the back. So this is just a pre-wash. And we're going to rinse it up, and then we'll foam up again. about a month or so ago, I applied Katiba wet gloss wax on this, and the gloss booster, and it's working great. So you're not doing a contact wash? Nope. No, I'm not. Doesn't need one. It's the car is so well maintained. The soap did such a great job on this, cleaning it, and the products that I have applied to this paint, they do such a great job. What kind of soap do you have here? Now for the wash, I have Panda Organizer soap. Look at that. Look at the foam. Isn't this a great sight? It's so satisfying. I'm going to run the mop on the back and on the roof and the windshield, because the rest of the car is pretty much clean. So put you down. So today's kind of somewhat cloudy, so it's actually an enjoyable day to wash your car, because it gives you more time for you to wash it, and less time of possibilities of getting water and soap spots, which if you use a good soap, even if it dries up, once you rinse it, it all comes out, you know. So the front, mine's all, you know, I try to do touchless, but then just get in the motion of taking care, make sure that the car is clean as could ever be. Aren't you afraid of scratching the car? No, because I already pre-washed it. I know the car is clean. Nothing, no grit on the paint or anything like that. I know that for sure. Trust me. If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't do this to an Escalade. Rinse it up. See, when you use good products, your job becomes so much easier. You guys are going to laugh at this, because my neighbor is a little confused, because my day of washing cars is usually Saturday. But today, work was light, so I came home early. And today is a Tuesday. So what I'm going to do today is After I wash this, then I go to work. So I got a couple hours to use it to finish detailing the Escalade. And I also heard that I'm going to try. It doesn't say that the product I'm going to apply today in the car can be used, but I am going to try on the rims. All right, the car rinsed out beautifully. Let me, I think I'm going to pull in the into the garage because it's getting hot out there. I don't have too much shade. Well, somebody decided to show off that they had a hose, a squeaky horn. So let me pull this in this way. I'll catch a little bit of the shade outside and also in the garage. All right, so now I'm gonna apply Hydro Silk to the car. It already has a coating on it, but this is gonna work as a heavy duty topper. I bet it's gonna work amazing. I know because I tried on a car that had no protection whatsoever. It came out great. So it tells you directions. You can apply it for up to 4 vehicles or 1,000 square feet. Remember, on this, you don't want to overdo it. You want to apply just what's necessary to do a very thin layer. It says to prep the surface, a minimum deep clean with soap, which the car was already clean and protected. So, water spots removed, all the good stuff is good. And then it says apply 1 to 2 pumps supplied to the foam applicator per 2 square feet area. It can be machine applied with a foam pad. Apply to all surface types. Now, I did apply this on the 2 cars. In the first car, I did exactly how they told me to apply it. The only thing that I would change it, I would damp the applicator a little bit, then prime the pad. You're gonna notice that it's gonna work much better. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 squirts of the product to prime it. And this can be used, glass, paint, plastic. So let me put you here a little closer. Let's see if you can, this is a better view right there. All right, so let's start on the hood. Everybody starts on the hood, interesting. So I like to dab it a little and then just apply it. As you can see, not putting a lot, remember. So what we're gonna do here, we can go circular motion, crisscross. I prefer to, just like how you applied waxes back in the day, that's how I'm gonna do it. And I think that works best. And what I'm gonna do on this vehicle is I'm gonna apply to the entire vehicle and then buff it out. Yes, you can notice I cannot reach all the way back there without my step ladder. As you can see, look at this. I've done half of the hood, only those 4 bumps. As you can see, you do not need a lot of product. The thinner you go, the better you are at. See, now it's starting to wear out. I'm gonna get 1 squirt. I like to go like this, so yeah, like that. I'm curious to see how this car is going to look with this product because it already looked great. It did. I'm not going to deny that. There was not a whole lot of improvement that you could get out of this paint. This was, it had a paint enhancement done when I bought it. And it then we did the ceramic coating. I think it's Avalon King, something like that. The name of the company. Let me get a step stool so I can reach there in the middle. So I got so far 2 cars, 2 medium-sized cars. Well, one is a large and then one was a medium size. And fighting the ladder. There you go. And then this is a big one. So this one here is going to use a little bit more product because it's bigger. But, you know, it is what it is. And we're going to do the windshield also, because it works great on the hydrophobics on this. Is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, since you're filming me there, let's go for the windshield. Start in the middle. I do have a coating on this glass, so I think that this thing is gonna, man, gotta be careful when it rains, so the water droplets don't break that back when they fall on the paint, huh? Don't mind me, it's hot. I don't want to sit out there. I could go outside because there's a light breeze, but it's very humid out there and it's on the sun. Beautiful. Oh, mine's all. This part, as you notice, the product goes a long, long way. Okay. Do this side here of the fender. On the headlight, part of the bumper. Interesting, huh? All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the angle so you can see me doing the front bumper. Let me lower the camera here for you guys to see me. Here I am. All right. So, only did one squirt of the polish, cleaner, ceramic wax, what do you want to call it? Hydro Silk, that's what I call it. Call it by its name. Put it around the trim. I'm going to tell you something that you guys are going to laugh. In a couple weeks, I'm going to take a couple of days off with my wife. And I'm going to be using this car for the car trip. You're going to go, Mike, why you're applying this product if you're going to get the car dirty? Well, so then by the time when I come back, the car is not as dirty as it should be, you know? The product does not say they can be used in rims or not, but I'm going to try it. See how much? That's like little. So what I do is dab it on the pad like that and kind of spread it on the rim. Then now that you don't have a lot of product left on the pad, you just spread whatever you put it there. I'm very fortunate that these rims don't get very dirty. But the reason why I'm applying the product is so the rims stay cleaner longer. Makes my job much easier to clean it, you know. I'm curious to apply this, you know where? And the rims for the Boss 302. Why did I leave the rims for last? Because if there's any dirt left on the rim, it doesn't transfer to your paint, you know. And there was a little bit of dirt. There always will be. I didn't wash those rims, remember? There's the front left. One dab. If these rims remain protected like the paint, I'll be golden. There's a little bit of water, no problem. It actually makes the job a little easier to spread the. It's in between a paste and a cream. It's not really hard as a paste, but it's not soft and easy smooth as a cream. You guys can see even the windows got the polish, the hood, windshield. I applied throughout the whole car. It took me like 25 minutes because the car is big. I did the roof too. It's the moon roof, the whole thing. The wheels. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a very basic polisher to take the product out, and then I will use the polishing rag that came with it. By doing that, it does a much better job. All right, guys, so to begin with, to make the job much easier, we use a little, inexpensive buffer to take the toughest part of the product that I applied. Then I'm gonna go with a, microfiber towel. Going this way, it's much easier and quicker. I think they recommend you to let the product sit for at least 5 minutes. I go more than that. I do the whole car. Yeah, having one of these make your job much easier. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to buff out whatever my buffer didn't take it out. So you know, this microfiber towel that they send is amazing. It helps spread and buff out the product so well. No residue left behind. So it buffs out clear, no dyes. It has no smell, literally. No smell, no perfume, no anything. I did the windows, I did the everywhere there's paint, and I even did the rims. So pretty much the whole car. I noticed on a different vehicle that I applied this product, it doesn't collect dust, which great. Guess what color this car is? Black. And you know black cars are famous for dust. So it did repel dust too. All right, where's my stool? I need to get to the top part of the car. So the product says that not to wash it for several days, and when you do wash it, to use a pH neutral soap. No, don't wash it, I think, for 3 days. I want to tell you this. Woo! That bumper's hot. That bumper is hot, hot, hot. I'm telling you, black paint in the sun, it gets hot. Very hot. Wouldn't kid you about that. So I did put here on the caddy sign, put it on the silver trim here. You know, I do have, I think, enough for another car, enough product for another car, but I really liked the quality of this product. And once I get to the final thoughts and close our comments, I will tell you how you guys can order it. Remember, this is not sponsored whatsoever. I'm not sponsored. I'm not getting a dime for this, but I am recommending this product. I'll give you the name. You guys can go do your research for yourselves. I think this is really a great product. This is not a product for you that, you know, that for you spraying a $3 tire dressing and a $35 tire dressing means the same. This is not for you. If you are one of those people that, you know, neglect the car, come on. It's going to protect, but you're not going to get wonders and miracles out of it, because your car needs to be, the paint needs to be in a decent shape for you to get best results. Because if not, it's not economical for you to spend $55 for the tube. Where's the tube? There. If you're not gonna take care of the car, if your paint is destroyed, I mean, it's a waste. But if you have a very nice car, or you have a car that doesn't matter how much it cost, but if the car is in great shape, it's an investment. You're taking care of the cars. You know, guys, cars are very expensive today. If you don't take care of it, number one, when it's time for you to sell it, you won't be able to sell it you're gonna sell it for peanuts, because nobody's gonna give you any money for it. So take care of it. I mean, you know, number one, this is for the hobbyist enthusiast who likes cars. Two, this is for the person that wants to take care of the car for a long time. This is the product. Okay? So, let me do something here while we are filming it. Might as well do it also, which I didn't do. Let's put a little bit of protection on the tag, on the boss tag. Yeah, make this, you know, hydrophobic also. Protect against, you know, the elements. All right. Say it's wait 5 minutes. So. I know, I had this tag made way before I opened up my channel. The tag was on my Beamer. I had a 535M. It was a gorgeous white BMW with, nice stagger wheels, beautiful exhaust. And but as my wife jokes with me, said that Mike loses the love for cars very fast. So then I had it for 4 years. 4 years the car. I drove a whole 3,000 miles in the car, if that, during those 4 years. So, and back in the day, I had my Ram and the Beamer. Then I sold the Beamer, and then eventually I bought a different vehicle. All right, let me take you to the rims now, okay? All right, let's buff the rims. How long did you wait to buff the rims? Oh, good 35 minutes, because I buffed the whole car first, and then I did the rims for last. Pretty much it's just I want to say this, it feels very slick on the rim. I like it. I know that this thing on the packaging, it shows and it says that it can be even used apply it on the sun. I don't like it because then it dries too quick. I rather be safe than sorry. It probably can be used. And I was talking to the person who sent me the product. They said, "Oh yeah, this can be used on the sun." Well, it probably could. I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I wasn't even 20 yet. And then one day my sister, she said, "Oh," she told my dad, "Dad, I'm going to wash your car." And I went to work and I showed her where the car soap was and other good stuff. And she goes like this, "Hey, Dad, you know what? Since I cleaned the car, let me wax your car." I used to live in Boston back then. And she applied the wax, paste wax, throughout the whole car. My dad had a Pontiac Bonneville. It was a beautiful gray vehicle. Well, like I stated, it was plural. I mean, past tense, It was because then she applied it around 11 o'clock. She was done applying wax throughout the whole car. Around 12, then my mom called her up and said, "Hey, come up, have lunch." And she did. And she had lunch, she had dessert, and then she remembered that the car had wax. Well, to her defense, she was not very experienced in applying car waxes, but she went heavy. Let's put it that way. She went heavy on that paste wax. It took hours for me to get the paste wax out, but it damaged the clear coat because it baked in. I didn't know how to polish cars back then, and I want to tell you this, 30 some years ago, things were very different than they are now. That you can go to Walmart and buy a polisher, they didn't have those things back then. So that's why I have this fear of applying anything on the sun. I don't like glass cleaners. I don't like anything to be applied when you're in the hot sun. So anytime that I read and say, "Oh, it can be applied on the sun," great. But that means that if you have to, you can, but preferably it's always better in the shade. Always better. Imagine if I was applying this product on the sun right now. This sucker would have been, ready to be buffed 2 hours ago. And I don't like that. I don't like to be rushed to finish a buffing something because of the weather. I hate that. Well, so far, looks very shiny and polished. I want to see how he handles brake dust. You know, even though this Escalade doesn't do that bad on brake dust. Nothing like, you know, the Boss 302 or even my son's Scat Pack. All right, guys. So I'm done with the Escalade. Look at the shine. It's gorgeous. I did the rims. Areas paint. This paint has been applied to the glass, windshield, moonroof. You see the reflection? Look how beautiful that looks. Rims came out pretty darn good too. Let's see how long will that last, because the rims, they usually don't last as long, but we'll try. The back, the sides. Let's let it cure. You see, it's not to get wet for about 8 hours, and then fully cured in 3 days. So let me turn the vehicle around and take some pictures and do my final comments. All right, so it's all done. It's beautiful. Shine is good, Ruby. Reflection. Look at that. So you're done. I'll take you inside in a little bit. I'm going to do my final thoughts on it, okay? All right, guys. So coming back and doing my final thoughts about Hydro Silk. So this box here was sent to me by one of the subscribers. The name of it is Hydro Silk, but it's made by Chemical 404, I guess. When you go look for on their website, is under chemical404.com. I personally never had heard of them, and the subscriber sent it to me and asked me what was my opinion about this product. I want to tell you this. I tried first my daughter's car, and I thought it was great. Her car was neglected, and the car shines pretty darn good. Then I did on my son's car that had some sort of spray sealant on it, and the car came out great. So my daughter's car is white, and for you to get a white vehicle to shine, it's very difficult, but it's shiny, it's glossy, it's really nice. That like 15 to 18 hours later, after I had applied, it rained. And the car was so hydrophobic, it was unbelievable. I got my electric blower, and within 2 minutes, I dried up the whole car. My son's car has been sitting in the garage. I let it cure. We did this Saturday, so today's Monday, so today's Tuesday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So today has been 3 days that it finally cured. You can take this car out to the elements. Yes, you can. You can drive away, but they recommend you not to get it wet for at least 8 hours. They also tell you not to wash it for a week. All right. If you do wash it, use a pH neutral soap. So I was looking at their website, Hydro Silk, made in USA. Love this. Love this product. Let me tell you a little bit about it. It's saying that it's not just a topper. Hey, Sugar. My dog came in to sit right next to me. So the kit comes with a bottle, some applicators, and a microfiber. I'm not going to show the microfiber because it's washing right now. But this bottle here, you can do up to 4 cars. So I already did 3, and I think I used about 2/3 of it, if that. So today I applied on my Escalade, which was ceramic coated back in December when I bought it. And the car looks great. You're going to see it on this video. I mean, it just looks amazing. So this is not just a topper. It's a true enhancement. It shines amazingly. It's made to prevent sun damage before it starts. It repels everything, cleans in seconds. That's what their website, I'm reading off their website. And what I loved about it is this. You buy it, try for 30 days, you don't like it, get a full refund, no questions asked. I think that's amazing. 30-day money back guaranteed. So this becomes it's not a wax, and it's not a ceramic coating. This has a true 20% SiO2 and the same level that you find on certain ceramic coatings. So it gives you the ceramic coating performance in a non-permanent coating. So what I'm trying to say is, you put a ceramic coating, unless you're going to wait a year or you're going to buff the heck out of that car, for you to remove it, it's going to be a little tough. This is removable, so it's not permanent. And it's supposed to last, delivers up to 6 months. I'm reading, don't mind me. Reading 6 months peak performance with intense gloss and hydrophobic properties, followed by continuous surface protection that lasts up to a year. So, what do you think about this, Mike? Well, if this lasts during the summer in Florida on a black car, if it lasts through the summer, you got my vote. Because even certain sealants that say that they can last up to 6 months, with the sun here in Florida, don't last that long. So I use this on the windshield and the windows and the moonroof and the mirrors, everywhere, painted surfaces, even my rims. I try even my rims. And you're going to ask me, how is the application? It's like waxing a car. They recommend you for you to prime, and the directions come very clear. They come in on a package. But my suggestion, I found that works best. Get the applicator, get a damp the applicator with some, just a little bit of water. Don't soak up the applicator. I want you to make it damp. That when you squeeze it, nothing comes out, but it's still damp. Then you pump the product. It says to pump it up to 5 times to prime the pad. I did 4 and was plenty, absolutely plenty. And a matter of fact, I noticed in certain parts of my vehicle when I was applying, this is my 3rd application so Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, so within 4 days. This is my 3rd application. I like the product so much. Matter of fact, I'm going to do another video on this on a blue Challenger that I'm going to be washing this weekend. So the application was very easy, but if you don't do what I just informed you to do, it's going to be a little hard. It's a little hard for you to spread it. Yes, you can apply this machine applied, but you're going to use a lot more product. And there are certain times, I'm going to tell you this, I didn't pump all the way. I only pumped just to get a dab into the applicator, and it was plenty. All right? So, get this damp. Pump about four things with it. This thing here, pump it up four times. Then go like this. So the product gets spread out throughout the whole pad. Remember, this is not butter wax. This is a much heavier duty product. If you have ever used Fusu Coat 99, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My suggestion is, if this is the surface you're going to apply it, so dab it and then spread it. Don't go straight into spreading. It's much easier if you just put a little bit of product, because remember, this is going to be damp. And then you can go, circular motion like you apply a wax or crisscross, whatever floats your boat. That's my suggestion. But Mike, you applied it on a ceramic coated vehicle. I said, yes, I did, because I want to see how glossy you'll get. And you're going to see on this video, it came out great. It also, so it's, if you're into waxes, this is going to be great. And this also, they say on their website that HydroSilk restores ceramic coating by locking into microvoids, stress cracks, and it's the SiO2 structure then chemically bonds to the existing ceramic, fusing gaps and rebuilding structure integrity. My coating is supposed to last a year. I'm with 8 months, and because I maintain the vehicle is garaged, I do always, I spray sealant, some sort of sealant, and I've done Katiba products, the Korean products, and my car beads like this on tomorrow. So it's very hydrophobic. and it can be applied on any surface on a vehicle from clear coat down to the rims. All metal, plastic, glass, trim, paint, and more. This does add a deep reflective gloss to any surface, enhancing long-term coating or acting as a standalone gloss enhancer. I want to say this, the beating on this is big time, all right? So, what are your thoughts? Would you apply this again? Yes, I would. My first impressions is that it's a very good product. And if I had to, from 0 to 10, I'll give it a 9.5. I thought it was just a little finicky to apply. That's the only thing. To buff it out, if you have one of those, cheap, buffers that you buy at, Walmart, it doesn't need to be a $300, machine that you're going to be using to buff out or do paint correction or anything like that. It makes the job much easier. So that's what I did. Mine was even battery operated. So I just used that to take the 98% of the product, and then I just went with a microfiber towel afterwards and just give it the final buff. It works great. And so again, the instructions: curing. Keep the surface dry for 8 hours. Avoid washing for 3 days. And when washing, use pH neutral soaps during the routine wash. So that's what they recommend. So I think it's a great product. I'm not sponsoring this product. I didn't get a dime from them. I'm just giving you my honest opinion on it. It was a very, very, very pleasant experience. And I heard that some people even use this on boats and yachts. So that's how strong. If it survives salty water, it must be good. So that's the scoop, guys. That's my video for today. All right, don't mind me. I'm inside now because I couldn't take the heat anymore. Already I'm on my third shirt doing this detail today. And I hope all of you are having a great week. I really appreciate all of you, the messages and the support I'm getting from you guys. And I ask you again, please, guys, subscribe. Okay, I'm not a detailer. I'm just a hobbyist. I do this for fun. All right, I wash detail cars. I like cars. I do some videos on replacing light bulbs and this on certain cars, but that's what my channel is all about. That's the boss way. All right. So all of you, I hope that you have a great week. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share. All right, and God bless you all. And I'll talk to you next time. You take care. Okay.